ESG agenda is really what we call sustainable corporate governance. How do we make corporate governance sustainable in the long term? And I think there are various actors here, the owners, the shareholders, the board, and the managers. And at each level, we can do things. The owners have to commit, and we have to have the discussion because after all, it's their money. The board has to make sure that we have the right competences. Maybe we need a sustainability committee, and the management also needs to be on board. And right now, investors are pressuring to have incentives, climate or ESG incentives at the executive level also. And those are some of the main mechanisms we're discussing right now. I'm not sure that we have a kind of a patented solution to these things, but I think we have a very good discussion about it and we will get there. I think the board has to look first to the owners and ask themselves, are the owners on board with this? If not, then we have to make sure that we have commitment from the owners, meaning the shareholders and the controlling shareholders in particular. Because after all, it's their money we're talking about. Then at the board level, we have to make sure that we have a board which is qualified to make these decisions, because these are very complex decisions and they pertain to not just to financials, but also to the softer side of business. This is the sustainability aspect. Finally, we have to make sure that the executives are on board with this. And there are various ways of doing that. One way is to give them incentives, proper incentives. But an even better way, I would say, is to make sure that they are aligned at a mental level with the ESG or sustainability agenda. The biggest risk, no doubt, is the major conflict between the big powers, and what that will mean for business. It essentially means that military and political objectives take priority over business, and it will not be possible to do business in the way that we've known it in the past.